My identical twin brother lived my life while I was in a coma, so I lived his when I woke up. My brother Mike had always wanted to be me, not just compete with me, but actually become me. 3 years of him copying my clothes, my mannerisms, even trying to date my ex-girlfriends. Then the night of our car accident, he finally got his chance. We were driving back from a bar that Friday night when the truck ran the red light. Mike walked away with scratches while I ended up with severe facial trauma that made me unrecognizable. When the paramedics asked him who was who, he looked at my bloody swollen face and made the choice that would destroy him. He pointed at me and said, "That's Mike Wilson, and I'm Nathan." I spent 4 months in that hospital bed while Mike systematically stole my life piece by piece. Week 1, he called my tech job pretending to be me and told them Mike was in critical condition and Nathan needed family leave. Week 2, he used my apartment key to move himself in and replace my stuff with his. By the end of the first month, he'd convinced my boss to let him work remotely as Nathan, sitting at my desk and committing code under my name. Month 2, he started holding my girlfriend Vivian at night, comforting her about poor Mike's condition while she fell deeper in love with the man she thought was me. Month 3, our parents died in a plane crash and Mike stood at their funeral as Nathan Wilson, the surviving son, while I lay unconscious and was mourned as Mike. By month 4, he deleted Mike's social media accounts, transferred Mike's phone number to a burner, and told everyone who asked that Mike had minimal insurance, so visitors should focus on supporting Nathan through this difficult time. The morning I woke up, the nurse smiled at me and said, "Mike, you're finally awake." I tried to tell her I was Nathan, but she just patted my hand and said it was normal to be confused after such a long coma. My medical bracelet said Mike Wilson, and all my charts said Mike Wilson, because that's who my brother told them I was. Mike came to visit after the hospital called him, and when he saw me awake, he grabbed my hand with tears in his eyes. "Mike, buddy, you're back," he said, then turned to the nurse. "I'm sorry, I'm just so emotional. I'm Nathan, his brother. I've been here every week praying for this." He squeezed my hand harder and leaned in close, whispering just loud enough for the nurse to hear that when we were kids, I always wanted to be like my big brother. "Well, I'm here for you now, just like always." My throat went dry. My twin brother had pulled the ultimate identity theft. I tried to fix it legally, but the lawyer said I needed documentation proving I was Nathan. When I went to the DMV and bank, they both had alerts that Mike Wilson was delusional from head trauma and trying to steal his brother's identity. Mike had told everyone that his poor brother thought he was Nathan now after the accident. I sat in Mike's crappy studio apartment staring at his old laptop when something cold settled in my chest. He wanted to be Nathan Wilson so badly that he erased Mike completely, so I'd show him what being Nathan Wilson really meant. He was always sloppy with his digital footprint, so I searched his computer for evidence. I found fake dating profiles where he catfished married women, screenshots of him cyberbullying coworkers, and worst of all, his side business selling pills stolen from our elderly neighbor Mrs. Turner. I spent 2 months redirecting his substance deliveries to Nathan's apartment, alerting Mrs. Turner's daughter about the thefts, sending catfishing evidence to Vivian, and reporting revenge porn being distributed from Nathan Wilson's IP address. The day it all came together, I called 911 as concerned brother Mike, saying Nathan had been acting strange. The cops knocked on his door for a wellness check right as the redirected substance package arrived. Vivian showed up with mascara running down her face, waving printed screenshots. Mrs. Turner's daughter arrived with security footage. Mike's face went from confused to panicked. Sweat beaded on his forehead as he kept looking between me and the officers. "Wait, you don't understand," his voice cracked. "I'm not Nathan. I'm Mike. He's Nathan. He set me up." I put on my best concerned face and told the officers that my brother had been having episodes since the accident and the head trauma really affected him. He sometimes thinks he's me. I turned to Mike and told him we were going to get him help. He screamed again that he was Mike and said, "Test my DNA. It'll show that I'm Mike." I just told the officer that I've been trying to get him psychiatric help for weeks. Mike lunged toward me when I said that, but the officers held him back. "You planned this." He was sobbing now. "Tell them the truth, Nathan. Please. I'm sorry about the accident. I'm sorry I took your life." I kept playing the act of the concerned brother and begged the officers to get him help. They arrested Nathan Wilson while he screamed and thrashed. He ended up getting 7 years in state prison. The other inmates know him as Nathan the pill dealer who insists he's someone named Mike. He writes letters to anyone who will listen, but everyone thinks he's crazy. I visit him monthly as his loving brother Mike, watching his eyes fill with desperate hope that maybe this time I'll admit the truth. I never do. I just sit there as he breaks down sobbing, begging me to tell someone he's really Mike Wilson. The guards always drag him away while he screams my real name. "Nathan, Nathan, Nathan."